feel like I should change my outfit. I don't know. I feel like I should look more happy or something. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. No. Hey, guys. No. Hey, Yassinators. Welcome back to my channel. You haven't heard from me in like 2 years. No, like a year. Almost 2 years. That's because I've gone through life experiences and I've decided now is the time to go back into my dream of being a YouTuber. And yeah, so here I am. A little life update. Back in that video, I was 16 and a junior in high school. Now I'm 18 and in college. That's it. I don't know what else. Back then, I had black hair with blue under my, like, right here. Now I don't anymore. I had bangs. Now I don't anymore. I need to recut them, but because my hair is still super short, I don't want to look like Dora. I couldn't drive then. Still can't drive now. I was employed then. I was working at Journeys, and now I'm not employed. I need to get a job. And back then I was a Timothy Chalamet stan, and I'm still a Timothy Chalamet stan. Back then I was not listening to Taylor Swift every waking hour of my day. Now I am. Back then I can't even say like back then I was happy, because I was not. Back then I had a lot of hope for the future and my life to come. Now I just live every day by day, because if you worry about the future, you forget about the present, and then you're thinking about the past. So for my first YouTube video, I decided that I should my first YouTube video should be something I love. It should be something I care about. It should be something that I'm passionate about. And that is shopping for books. I love reading them, but there's nothing that brings me more joy than carrying my silly little my silly little stack of books up to the register and then being like, all these for me. So let's begin. Let's start with the books that I've bought from Amazon. Oh, these are also all the books that I've bought this month. This is in no way bragging. This is just, it's out of luck, because it's out of luck and sadness, because the Barnes & Noble by my house is closing, which is sad, but everything is 50% off. So technically, buying 2 books for the price of 1, which is why, like, I can justify buying so many. And I went to Barnes & Noble on Monday. Today is Friday. They just did the 75% off starting yesterday, which I'm really mad about, because I was like, they're not going to do it. But also when I went on Monday, there was nothing good left. So I accept and live my life. So let's start with the books that I bought from Amazon. The first book is Dead Poets Society. I watched the movie. This is novel adapted into book. No, movie adapted into book. So I know that it's not going to be that good probably, but I just need to hold on to Charlie, Meeks. I don't know their characters' names. Ethan Hawke. I just need to hold on to them a little longer. Neil. I need to hang on to Neil and Todd a little longer. So I'm really excited to read this in December. Next, I have Call Me By Your Name. I read this book my freshman year when I was 14 and thought it was Shakespeare reincarnated. I thought it was one of the best books to ever be written in my life. And then I saw the world and saw the critiques, and they're like, this is one of the worst books ever. There's so many problems with it. So I want to reread it to really understand, to try to see where my 14-year-old self was coming from. Because I was giving this book recommendation to literally any person that was breathing. I'd be like, you have to read Call Me By Your Name. It's literally one of the best books ever. And you have to watch the movie. Like, you don't understand art. You don't understand the purpose. So I need to know. I need to justify what was going through my head. So this is from my first trip to Barnes & Noble. it's a streaming series. Anyways, Modern Love. It's like essays on love, loss, and redemption. And I don't believe in love, so I'm hoping this will make things make sense. Let me elaborate on I don't believe in love. I believe in love, but I just don't understand it because I'm like, okay, you say you're in love, but it's like my definition of love is very different to somebody else's definitions of love. Like if we were like going Jasper from Twilight, like if I was Jasper and I felt somebody else's love, maybe that to me was just like an everyday kind of thing that I was just walking through the store, you know? Like maybe their love is the way I feel when I, you know, have my favorite like tea. And it's like, okay, that's nothing. That's not love. Maybe my love is the way they feel when, like, they watch their favorite movie. Like, I just don't understand the feeling of love. But I'm not saying you can't be in love. Like, you definitely can be in love. I just don't understand it. Next, I have Meg. Joe, Beth, and Amy. And this is basically, like, it's about why Little Women is still relevant today. I haven't read Little Women. I know the story. I've watched the movies. But I just never read it because I ran out of time when the movie came out. I saw it twice in theaters though. I know the story, but I just want to know why is it so relevant today? So I'll be reading this one in December after I read Little Women, because that's like the Christmas book era. And then I have this one, March Sisters, which is like girls connecting their modern or connecting their like life experiences to how a girl's like, oh, I got cut in line, but then they let me cut them back. Like, I don't know, like, how do I explain this? It's like a girl being a crybaby and being like, that's why I'm Amy. But that's like a horrible way to explain it. But you get what I'm saying. And if you don't, that sucks. And then I have Trick Mirror. And I got this book because it's all over TikTok. I get all my books from TikTok, if I'm being honest. Unless I'm walking in like the place and I'm like, I've gotten most of my recommendations from TikTok. And sometimes they're really good. But anyways, this book, I got it because it's like if you're bitter and opinionated, you're gonna like this book. I was like, I'm both of those things. So then I have Romeo and Juliet. I never got to read this book in school, so I figured now's the time. Except I won't ever get to have a discussion about it with other people, so I'll just reminisce in it. I also got all these books for 50% off. I'm gonna brag about my 50% off because it was a slay. And then I have this book with Starcrossed, and I think this girl's a little like Love from You, but not really, maybe like Joe from You. She basically changes the horoscope section of a magazine to get this guy to fall in love with her. And if I had that power, I would do it too. And then I have a series of fortunate events, and it's just like science and how the world came to be. And I was like, I need to read it in case I ever find a man who tries to mansplain evolution to me, which I already know what evolution is, but you know, men try to one-up you on everything. But guess what? You're never going to one-up me because I know everything, because I'm the smartest person in the whole wide world, because I don't believe in electronics. That's a lie. Lastly, this book, my mommy got it for me because I'm a cafeteria Catholic. I'm a cradle Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic. I'm still Catholic now, even though I don't agree with some things. So in order to maybe agree with things, finally, my mom got me a Bible in English and Spanish, so I can read the Bible. And I'm gonna read this Bible, I'm gonna annotate it, and then I'm gonna go into a 4-hour discussion with my mom as to why this doesn't make sense. Maybe I'll make a YouTube video about how the Bible is not really that much of a sleigh. Now, this is my most recent Barnes & Noble trip. Loteria, which this book is about like the Loteria card, like bingo game, and how it's like this girl chooses cards and like connects it to her life, I think. I don't know, I didn't have a summary, but it looked cute. So I was like, let me get it. A little pocket book. Next I have the Metropolitan Stories, which this is just like a love letter to the Met Gala, the paintings in the Met. I don't know what the Met is, but when I got it, what I thought about was like that episode of Wizards of Waverly Place where Alex Russo goes to the art museum with Justin, and she needs to like do like a test. She has to like fill out this paper. about the paintings, and because she wasn't paying attention, she makes the paintings come to life, and then they like come to life and they talk to her, and they're like, ugh, I hate being in that painting. You know, it's like the little blue boy Mona Lisa, the dude screaming, the dude with the cut ear off, the ear that's cut off. I think that's Van Gogh. I literally don't know who any of these people are. I'm sorry. But I was like, that's funny. Let me read this book and maybe that'll give me the same vibe. And then I have The Course of Love by Elaine Baton. I don't know. I was going to try to pronounce it in French, but I don't know what kind of, if they're French, Italian, or anything. So I figured I should just read it because Harry Styles has read it. And in case one day I run into him and I'm like, oh my gosh, have you read The Course of Love? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, me too. And then I have this book, which is Things You Think About When You Bite Your Nails. I have this thing called anxiety, and I hope this will help me control it. And it has like really cute little like drawings, like exercises on how to cope with it. So I'm really excited. And yeah, my mom was like, you should get it. And then she like pointed at this other book, and it was like for depression, and she was like, you should get this one. And I was like, what are you trying to say? And she was like, oh, I was just saying like if you wanted to. And I was like, no. So I got this book, really excited to work through my problems. Now this is, sometimes you need to be gone to be the girl, sometimes you need to be the joke to be the joker, and sometimes you need to be a Timothée Chalamet stan. I love me some Timothée Chalamet. So I got Beautiful Boy and an editor's burial. And basically these are both two things that Timothée Chalamet has been in, but this one first, The French Dispatch. Really excited to see it, but it basically like is like, it talks about the New York Times, no, not the New York Times, the New Yorker, the New York, you know, whatever, magazines, papers, newspapers, letters, whatever, and what inspired The French Dispatch. So I'm really excited because I'm really excited for The French Dispatch. You know, it's got my girl Saoirse and it's got my boy Timothy. So it's like, it's going to be amazing. And I just want to know where it's coming from. And I have a week to read this, but it's not going to be read by the time I see the movie, or either I wait to see the movie till I read the book. But we'll see. And then I have Beautiful Boy. And this book I've already read. I read it my sophomore year. But I lost my copy, which I was really upset about because it was a cute little copy with Timothée Chalamet and Steve Carell on it. And it had a little dent at the bottom because I would always carry it around. And I was like, oh, this is like a book with love, with meaning. I read it for a book report, but it was really smart because I bought the book. I wanted to buy the book. I wanted to read it, but I was broke and I did not know how to get it. So I told my dad I needed it for school. Like, I chose to read that book for my book report. So I got a 2-in-1 special. But anyways, I lost that book, so I looked for it for like 3 weeks, and then I gave up, and I saw this, and I was like, well, 50% off. Instead of looking for my book, might as well just buy another copy so I can reread it in peace. Yeah, that's it for this video. You know, nothing too snazzy, nothing too special, nothing too like, oh my god, she's back, because who knows if I'm back. Who knows if I'll ever be back? Who knows? But in all seriousness, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. And yeah, I'm back. Maybe I'll post a video talking about Dune. Did I say I read Dune? I'm one of the warriors that made it through Dune. One of the hardest battles to ever. That was like one of the battles. That was war. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited to post this video. Comment down below if you liked this video. And if you didn't like this video, don't say that to me. Don't tell me that. Don't mention it. Maybe I'm gonna make a video when I'm finally, let me tell you, actually, let me not actually tell you, let me save that for another YouTube video. I'm trying to fit like 7 different subjects into this, and that's just not needed. So thanks for watching. Make sure to follow me on none of my social medias, and just live your life. Move on. When you think life is hard, remember there are people in this world who actively stand Camila Cabello, who actively stand, I don't know, whoever. There are people in this world who have never seen an episode of Glee. And they live their life. They live their life and they live their life. And maybe you can't live your life, but you can live your life. Glee leaves Netflix on November 30th, so I recommend you watch it now, then soon. Is there 30 days in November? I don't know. I think there's only 29. Let me check my calendar. There is 30 days in November. Glee leaves Netflix November 30th, so I say you watch it now before you don't get a chance to. Leave your farewells. Go see Dune. This was filmed on October 22nd, Friday, 2:06 p.m. in front of a live studio audience.